Joey Armstrong is a vegan activist who's had quite the illustrious life. He's apparently been advocating for the animals since he was released from prison some years ago. As a seasoned veteran, he ought to be quite convincing. Let's take a look at a fairly recent video of his, shall we?
What do you think? Do you eat animals at Christmas time? What do you eat? What animals? Tell me, talk to me.
I love brisket. You know, you got the brisket, the pork, everything, bro. I love it.
Just roast everything. Roast everything. Roast everyone. Would you ever eat a roast dog at Christmas, or just what animals?
Just anything that tastes good, pretty much.
Dog might taste good.
Well, we haven't tried it yet, so no, I'm joking. But
What's the point of asking people if they would eat roast dog? If you go up to someone and you ask, "Do you eat dairy in summer?" and they go, "Yeah, we eat ice cream," and then they ask you, "Would you eat ice pea?" Imagine taking that person seriously. I guess pea is a thing that some people drink regularly, but it's not a pastime here, so what are you even asking me? I eat some things, not all things. If I had been born in a culture where they eat dog, I likely would. I just so happen to not have been born into one of those cultures, so I don't. I don't plan to start because I don't need to, have to, or want to. Again, what exactly are you asking me? Why? If you have a point to make it.
I don't know.
What do you think of a slaughterhouse? What do you think of slaughterhouses?
Where they kill all the animals.
Yeah, they cut their head off. What do you think of that?
I think that if it tastes good,
it's okay to cut heads off?
No.
I'm not an expert in the field of animal slaughter, but I suppose the methods that they have for killing animals are probably more humane than anything I could come up with, given it's not my job. The idea is we need to access their meat and so on. Being humans, being able to understand the concept of pain and having things like empathy and foresight, while it's possible to access the meat of an animal while it's still alive, in order to spare it further suffering, we kill it right away. If one of those ways is chopping their heads off, then that's one of those ways. If you have an issue with it, work to make industry-wide change in the form of newer killing practices. But if you can't be adult about it, and if you have nothing of value to add to the conversation, you can take a seat and let the adults handle it.
Only if it comes out to a good purpose, not for
As long as there's a purpose.
Joey asks this as if it's bewildering. Yes, genius. Like when you want to feed your carb addiction and so you gorge on copious amounts of unnecessary refined carbs. You reach for crops that animals died exponentially worse deaths for you to have on your plate to fuel your muffin top. Don't get me wrong, I love the fluff, okay? And I understand that he was once fat and that makes regaining all the easier. But I don't see the epitome of mental or physical health here, especially compared to what he used to look like.
If it tastes good and there's a purpose, you can decapitate animals.
I would reckon it's better than eating them alive.
You can.
Is it moral? Is it ethical?
You shouldn't do it, but we do that because it's yum and that's how we survive.
Basically, having such a complete source of nutrition and energy taste repulsive wouldn't afford us much evolutionary benefit, now would it?
Wait a second. You have Christmas roast to survive.
Yeah. Oh,
you would die with that one.
Enjoy yourself, I guess.
Sweet kid. It's more than basic enjoyment, though. Roast beef especially is a literal superfood, so much so that it should be considered strange to reject it.
Alright, so humans, we're meant to eat animals, that's just how it is. But the only problem is the farms.
Sometimes I slip up and say meant to, but it implies that there's something external ascribing meaning, and that's not the point I'm trying to make. Perhaps this kid agrees, I'm not sure, but by meant to, I mean that our physiology has slowly become attuned to favoring certain behaviors over others, and there are things that work for us and things that don't. Eating meat is to our favor, but it's only this way thanks to a multitude of changes or adaptations over extended periods of time. We don't get to dictate our nature, we are bound by our species type. I can't fly, I can't eat grass, I can't breathe underwater. I can stand on two legs, I can hold things and use tools with relative accuracy, I can eat meat. Shoulds are up to you and your individual goals. If my goal is to thrive, one thing I should do is eat the food best suited to the current iteration of my species. If my goal is to slowly turn into a maladjusted pre-diabetic Stay Puffed while killing animals needlessly for the sake of eating non-human foods, then I should be like Joey. And yes, most people dislike the way animals are treated. I don't know that there are people on Earth who would, gun to their head, be able to honestly say that they like factory farms or think they are fine as they are.
Like, we have these for a reason, canines. You eat the meat. That's why they're there.
Do you think these little pathetic things justify cutting animals' heads off?
No, bro. Whoa, you need to chill, me, alright?
I'm just saying.
Stop twisting my words, bro.
That's what you said, these canines.
No, you have canines to rip meat. Obviously, back in the day, humans used to go and forage and stuff their meat. The only problem is the farms. The farms and where the cows live, that's bad, alright? Like, if we were all getting our own meat, that's a different story. That's fine.
Listen to this child schooling a man twice his age.
Do you think you're a carnivore?
Mate,
It's not a matter of what we think, mate.
Did you take down a cow with those?
no, mate. Like the Aboriginal style with the spear and stuff.
You've got to be able to kill them with your teeth.
Lol. Why?
Why would we evolve the teeth to eat
Where's
leaves?
your claws?
That's a good point, man.
You don't look anything like a predatory animal. Have you seen a predatory animal? Like
Yes.
a lion,
No, but-
a wolf?
Look.
What I'm saying is you're appealing to nature. I'm trying to get you to think, right? You're appealing to nature. I don't care what's natural, actually. Because killing each other has happened in nature. Rape occurs in nature. Animals have sex with each other without consent. Wait, so you...
Their response is the most apt response I've ever seen to this bullshit line of argument. It's not an appeal to nature. The argument isn't, everything that's natural is good, we are carnivores by nature, therefore it's good to be a carnivore. At least not coming from me. Coming from me, it's, I'm a human, I want to thrive. Living creatures thrive when they eat their natural food. Therefore, I eat my natural food to facilitate thriving.
You're comparing rape to eating meat.
We're talking about what's natural.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't recall any of the boys saying that eating meat is good because it's natural. Not once. There's a difference between I walk on 2 feet because I'm bipedal by nature, and it's good to walk on 2 feet because it's natural for bipedal creatures to do so.
Rape is not natural, bro.
Rape happens in nature all the time. What do you think animals ask for consent?
Yeah, but mate, a lion hasn't got the
What
same
I'm
brain as a
saying-
human, bro.
What I'm saying is because
Even if they're laughing because they're uncomfortable, it also serves to make Joey out to be a fool, which he is thoroughly proving himself to be in this video.
something ethical. Well, let me just explain to you what an appeal to nature fallacy is. 'Cause I'm trying to say, like, just because something occurs in nature, that does not make it ethical to do, does it?
Yeah.
Sure. Think of the things that occur in nature. Like
Go.
vicious killing.
If the justification for why I eat meat stems from my efforts to continue living on planet Earth, I don't need moral justification. The same as I don't need moral justification to stop someone from destroying my shelter, stealing my clothes, trying to keep me from my natural food source, or trying to kill me. It's okay that you feel that you do need it, Joey. It's your opinion and you're entitled to it. You may be willing to die for that too. Congrats. Does it make you morally superior? No, it just makes you a suicidal waste of space.
Probably
Yeah, but
against
the
animal
thing is,
cruelty.
humans evolved teeth like this for a reason. Humans have an evolved brain to hunt. Bro, if it wasn't natural, why were the Aboriginal people doing it 50,000 years ago? Why?
Why do I care? I just said I don't care if something is natural. I care if it's ethical.
And it would appear that the kids you're speaking to value what is natural more than what is ethical when it comes to feeding oneself, which they have every right to do, same as you. You value what you want, they value what they want.
Bro, it's
Because horrible things happen in nature, don't they?
so are you gonna go tell a dog to not eat meat?
I'm asking you, a moral agent.
This is interesting. It's almost as if, as a moral agent, I've somehow magically lost the right to properly feed myself to ensure my survival. That's weird. How does that work exactly?
Is it ethical? Our slaughterhouse is ethical. Let me ask you that.
No, slaughterhouses aren't ethical. But
Okay.
eating meat as a
So
human,
where do you get your meat from?
that's what I said. If it's naturally foraged,
Wait,
bro.
come on. So ask a question. Where do you get your meat from? Come on.
Hold on, I just gotta check a chain.
KFC. You get your meat from KFC? Okay. You see the farms they come from?
Butchers.
And
Wait,
you get
I
the
gotta be
butchers,
on
which is
time.
the slaughterhouse.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Like
yeah.
8 minutes.
You escaped pretty well, bro. But I was just wondering where you got your meat from, and probably not from a spear in the nature like a lion.
Mate, that's what I said. That's fair.
No, that's cool. It's cool.
Come on, that's
It's
what I
cool,
said at
come
the
on,
start,
come
bro.
on. But
I said, look, slaughterhouses are bad. I said
So why
that.
do you pay for them? Why do you pay for them? Why do you get your
Because
meat?
Ask yourself that, Joey.
what else have I got?
Tell me why you pay for them. Why do you eat meat?
Okay.
tell me.
Because it's
Am I gonna-
It's just the way it
Exactly,
is.
it's a trivial
It's around.
reason.
It's just the way it is, and
it's just
that's
how
what
it is, bro.
that's what we like.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's because they like it. But it's not by accident that they like it so much.
It doesn't have to be that way. I don't eat.
It doesn't have to be
I
this
don't
way,
eat
but that's the
animals.
way.
That's your choice.
That's how
like-
we've chosen to be.
Okay. If you wanna get
What
your
about, do the animals have a choice to go in a slaughterhouse?
no, but
Guess
does,
not.
does a rabbit have a choice to get killed by a tiger? No, like
You're not doing that. A tiger is in a survival situation, which we already.
I'm in a survival situation, bro. I need to eat my
You
meat.
don't look like. You look pretty chilled actually, right
Like,
now.
bro.
You look like you're in civilization, chilled out, man. You're not trying to survive.
Thanks to
All
the
the
herbivores,
hurricanes
man.
and
So, what is the point here? Because we're civilized, we suddenly lose the right to properly nourish ourselves? Not a single creature on planet Earth need feel in any way, positive or negative, about the limitations nature has placed on them. A lion can't choose which foods it needs to survive, and neither can we. If we literally only ate the plants that nature provides us with, we would die in short order. If we only ate a plant-based diet like a junk food vegan, we would last longer, but we would still die young, and our quality of life would suffer in the meantime. There would be no point in me living as a vegan, plain and simple. You can't dictate to another human being their reason for living. I don't live just for the sake of living. I live to get enjoyment out of being here. Both eating plants and not eating meat make that a virtual impossibility. So, I wouldn't really call it a choice. It sounds like an imperative placed on me beyond my control.
Is there a good reason to decapitate animals? Like a justification? Is it morally justified?
No, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, bro. Life's not perfect.
Yeah, but
This kid's great.
it doesn't have to be that way. Like, we do support it with our fund. Like, when you go into the butcher, you pay them, they go and kill the animal.
You're a working adult, yeah?
Sorry?
Are you a working adult?
Yeah, of course.
I am a 16-year-old person who gets $13 an hour. Do I have the money to go get a natural way of meat or spend a lot of money on vegetarian options? Because it can be cheap, but it usually isn't. It's a hard choice.
It's not a
Or
hard choice.
do I
You-
have
you
the
just
money
said it can be
to go
cheap.
get a nice burger from McDonald's?
Well, they do a vegan burger at Hungry Jack's.
Yeah, but bro, why would I eat
like
that?
double
It's
the
a very,
price, though.
It's processed.
you think it's
Bro,
okay to decapitate a cow because you make $13 an hour?
Oh, Joey is clowning. Joey is straight up clowning. I'm gonna put what he just said on the screen, and I'll give you a minute to say it to yourself out loud, reminding yourself you are talking to a literal child who is likely unable to work full-time, sign important contracts, or even own property on which to raise their own cattle. Did you laugh? Because I can't say it without laughing. It is such a patently absurd question. I love these kids.
I know you're 16. Look, when I was 16, I wasn't thinking of this. I'm 36 now.
yeah.
I've been vegan for nearly 10 years.
Goddamn.
Goddamn indeed.
Consider this, right? If I had an animal right here, cow, they're looking at you, they're licking you, hey, go on. And they're, they're conscious and sentient beings. They experience suffering. You're probably against animal cruelty, yeah? Yeah. I have a knife here, cow here, a vegan burger here from Hungry Jack's or whatever. And I'll say, I'll decapitate this cow because you like the way they taste. Would you accept me doing it? Or would
No.
you say, nah, man, I'll just eat the vegan burger? So
take the
leave
vegan
it
burger.
alone.
What about this?
All right, wait, no, don't cheat. So why?
Because obviously it's right in front of me and it's not a mandatory thing.
Okay, I'm behind a wall, right? I'm behind a wall. You put the money through the slot. I decapitate the cow, make a burger for you. You know what's going to happen though.
Fresh, man. Yeah, no, it is what it is.
Would you pay me to do it behind a wall?
I wouldn't pay you anything, bro. Like,
No, but
if
you-
I can get food for free, I'll get the food for free.
Say it's $5 for me to decapitate the cow, make a burger for you.
How much is it to get the free burger?
I don't know about you, but I was dying watching this for the first time. This is comedy gold.
The vegan burger is $5.50.
I guess I'll take the vegan burger.
But why? Why would you take the vegan burger in that situation?
Because, bro, like, you've got to count, bro, like, it's not that deep.
I got something.
It is exactly that thing though. It is that deep. See, I mean, I've just posed a situation where it's a little bit closer to home. But when you go, you're a lot more disconnected from it in the supermarket.
Yeah.
I don't expect this to be on the forefront of these kids' minds, but it doesn't matter. I can explain. Basically, how it works is, you live in a society. There are fun jobs, there are boring jobs, there are dangerous jobs, there are shitty jobs. But in order to keep society moving, we need people to perform these jobs. Animals are going to die for us to get food. That's a cold, hard fact of life that no one has to answer for. We can go two places from here. First, you can accept that animals are going to die and choose to raise and slaughter the ones most fit for human consumption. Basically the ones that also bless the earth with their droppings while they are here. Or you can choose to destroy the earth with monocrops, kill scores more animals via crop protection, only to have that plant poison you and deplete the soil of nutrients, so that we then have less nutritious food. So you can pay people to kill animals to feed you with, or you can pay them to kill animals to grow crops that will make your mind and body rot, as we can see so clearly on full display here in this video.
That's actually true. That's actually true. But like, I don't know. I feel like that's not really a real situation, because when they mass produce beef, like, it's not just like one. Like, it's not just like, oh yeah, let me kill this cow to make one person a burger.
Oh no, I know
It's,
that.
Did I mention I love these kids?
yeah, you do?
I know that. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. But they might kill a chicken,
Yeah.
small chicken,
Yeah.
and it might be there's probably a kilo of chicken on that bird.
Yeah, got
But
yeah.
I'm saying the concept is still the same. It's like, without your support, they won't kill cows and they won't kill chickens. And they won't.
That's fair, but like, I don't know. I just don't see, like, everyone's here on, like, you guys are here on the street, and I just don't think it's right that everyone has their own opinion. Like, no one's going after you for what you think. So like,
Well, I am, but that's because he started it. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a shit, and I'd just let Darwinism win.
I don't know, if you make people feel bad for their, like, if they want to eat meat, that's their choice.
Why would they feel bad if there's nothing wrong with cutting animals' heads off? That's all.
Well, there's not another guy up the street doing the complete opposite to you and saying, why would you be vegan? It's just, it's just each to their own view.
There's no moral wrong with consuming plant products.
There's not.
Oh, there is so much wrong with it, both on a moral and common sense standpoint. If you grow your own food in your backyard and through some grace of bullfuckery never have a single pest problem and you're able to eat everything you grow and subsist happily and healthily, then you have a completely amoral way of sustaining your life. But it turns out that animals are here and they need to eat too, and they find food where they do, and they need to be stopped if we're to eat. And the way to stop them is to kill them, or else we're going hungry. Animals died for your Burger King vegan meal, mate. It doesn't matter if you didn't eat them. What the hell would make a vegan think it matters whether or not you eat the animal that died for your food? Blood is on your hands, but you don't seem to care. Blood is on their hands too, and they're trying to tell you that they don't care or they ought not feel compelled to care. Because we either need to eat or we don't, and if you think we don't, or if it's not justifiable, what the hell have you been doing these past 10 years?
If people want to eat meat, they obviously don't feel that there is a moral wrong, or they don't think about it.
There's a bunch of people in the slaughterhouse going to get decapitated. I'm on the street saying, hey man,
A bunch of people or animals?
No, there's human beings in the same slaughterhouse that kill the cows,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm on the street saying, hey, every time you put your money into this slaughterhouse, they're decapitating people. Can you please stop? Would you say to me, oh man, why are you trying to make people feel bad? It's their choice.
Well,
No, 1 second.
well, if you're killing people, you can't just kill people.
Why not?
Because they're people.
Well, no,
You don't get in trouble for killing
saying,
people.
If I want to eat them, they taste good. They taste good. We've been killing humans in nature. Humans have been killing other humans in nature for thousands of years. No, but there's cannibals in nature. There's still cannibal tribes right now.
Oh, you can say this about anything, bro. You can literally say this about anything. You can't just take stuff and put it into like the reality, bro. Because like you can say this about anything, and there are stuff in the world that you might not like. There's other stuff in the world that people don't care about, bro. Some people couldn't care less if a pedo goes to jail or not. It's just how it is. Some people care, some people don't, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like, there's bad things that happen, right? But rarely are there cases where you're paying for the flesh of a being who didn't want to die. So I'll put it in the human context so you understand why it's
Well, there is a big difference because if you kill an animal, let's say you go hunting, and you kill an animal and you eat the animal, that's it's a big difference killing a human.
One of the things that frustrates me about these kinds of conversations with vegans is that they fail to grasp the concept of why. When I pay for police departments to be a thing, I'm paying for there to be a system in which my community is protected and served. I'm not paying for the police to hunt people down and kill them and get death duty. I'm paying for protection. It's a dangerous job. I wouldn't want to be a cop myself. In fact, it's likely I could never be one. I don't want cops to kill people or get hurt, but sometimes they do in the course of their work. Coming from a big city, I have a reasonable expectation that someone's going to get hurt. Same with firefighters and the military, but these are necessary services in society, and it's not as though it's without its costs. The same thing goes for paying people to raise, kill, dismember, pack, distribute, store, and sell animals for people to have access to proper human nutrition. What would be the reason why people are being decapitated? For food? We don't eat people because we are people. What would be the reason I would pay someone to do it? For entertainment? Okay, so then I'm next. What would be the purpose of perpetuating a system in which my own kind is the kind being decapitated for no good reason? These situations simply don't compare.
Just curious how you get meat.
You buy it.
From where? The store?
Butcher, anywhere.
And where does the butcher get it from?
That is not really my problem. I think that a lot of people, like when they go, it's not because you try to put there is a lot. You try to put it on morally, like, oh, you're in the wrong. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter. Like, you feel good being vegan, yeah?
Who doesn't it matter to, the animals or us?
Just, if you're happy, I'm happy with the way I'm living right now, and I'm sure everybody is happy with the way that they're living. So, like, I don't know, like, if you are okay with what's going on, then you shouldn't let anyone else, like you, sway the way you think.
You don't feel bad about what happens to animals in factory farms, slaughterhouses, killed?
Yeah, do we have to go?
Well, it's kind of the same thing. So, do you have a dog? Do you have a pet?
I'm
Dogs are bred to...
I mean, I don't have one, but there's one in the family,
Yeah, dogs are bred to, like, be with a family and stuff. So they're bred and then they're killed at the end because you put down a dog, obviously, right? Your family.
Probably better to rescue.
Yeah, but like, yeah, right. So pretty much, you're gonna kill your dog. You kind of bought your.
That's a mercy
dog money.
killing. It's not killing for a burger. You know that.
But still,
if you're suffering very badly, there's no way to help you any further.
you could be starving.
A mercy killing is like in your interest. Because you're suffering. But killing you for a burger is not in your interest, is it?
No.
It's in my interest for taste.
No, yeah, it's for taste.
Yeah, for taste. I'm not gonna rag on this kid, but I will pick on Joey because he's like 20 years older and has no excuse. I eat beef because it's nutritious. Sometimes the only cuts I can afford taste pretty gross. Sometimes it's miserable because I would much rather have a piece of pizza or a tiramisu or veggie soup. But when you have a cut of meat or organs you don't like the taste of so much, you know what you can do with it? You can turn it into a burger or a sausage and season the shit out of it. Those are almost always tasty. Top it with cheese for added nutrition and you're good to go. You can find enjoyment in food with the bare minimum. The problem is, burgers and sausages are exponentially more tasty with a bun, condiments, chopped vegetables, and fries. Humans have spent a long time trying to make food fun and exciting and palatable in the most wasteful ways. And then we lose sight of the big picture. The problem with a burger isn't the patty. It's literally everything else that comes along with it, minus the cheese, of course. It's the vegan parts of the sandwich that I feel guilty for eating now. Because, as I've said a million times before, at least the cow I'm sharing with dozens of other people didn't die in vain.
Say if you're sleeping at night and there's a mosquito. It's annoying you. You'd want to kill it, right?
I mean, animals that bite you and give you diseases, good to defend yourself from them, but I'm talking about chickens who did nothing wrong.
Oh no, not mosquitoes that will kill you, just ones that annoy you. Ears and stuff.
Yeah, if they're biting your kids in the face, and, you know, I think it's good to defend. That's self-defense more than decapitating for burgers.
It's not really the same because cows can also hurt you.
Listen to this teen, Joey. He's teaching you a lot about life. Not every mosquito is dangerous. Not every cow is peaceful.
Yorkshire's rolling farmland is home to 500,000 cattle. They look placid, but cows can be lethal, especially to dog walkers.
Ambulance service, is the patient breathing?
A desperate rambler is on the phone to 999 operators.
Trampled on by cows at Massam. She's got an abdo injury that said bruising to her abdomen and she was knocked out temporarily.
You could go on a farm with a
You're
cow.
allowed to defend yourself. Yeah. Like, if a person attacks you, you're allowed to defend yourself. But if they're just chilling, it's not okay if you just decapitate them for a burger, you know.
Why does my survival only matter when there's a direct or immediate threat to my life? Malnutrition is a threat to my well-being, no? Death from malnutrition is a thing, right? Why can't I have a system in place to help make sure that doesn't happen?
Wait, say that to a crocodile.
Yeah, but we can't reason with a crocodile. I could say I'm allowed to go kill people because crocodiles kill people. It's bad reasoning.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't give in so easily, bro. Joey didn't make a fair point. The point is, we don't have to ask to have access to proper human nutrition any more than a crocodile has to ask to feed itself. Our food is our food whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, look, I'm gonna still eat my Christmas dinner.
Who are you eating for Christmas? Tell me.
Oh,
See you, brother.
there was this cow.
I'm in Pepper the Pig.
Good chat, mate. Take care.
I'm gonna have some
I'm having
brisket.
Pepper the Pig.
You're eating Pepper the Pig, and you?
This brisket or some Latino style
Really?
meat. It's called asado. Argentinian style. It's very nice with salt. Beautiful.
So cows.
Yeah.
It's a cow. One. And you? Who are you eating this
yeah,
Christmas?
everyone.
Everyone?
Just everyone.
All the animals?
All the animals.
Turkeys? And you?
I don't know. I might have to rip into that tofu. I think. What?
Tofu?
I don't know.
It's tofu turkey.
Tofu turkey. Yeah, mate. Sounds amazing.
Sounds delicious?
Yeah.
You might like it.
I might have to give it a go.
You might like it.
And that's a wrap. Actually, I don't know what to say other than I would really like to try some of that Argentinian style meat with the salt, but I can't find it based on my rudimentary search. What's that? I should add a closing remark about how I felt about Joey's performance?
He didn't get to touch the ground.
What the hell was that?